Okay, ladies and gentlemen, gentlemen and ladies and gents, we got a couple of things that we need to talk about. The first thing, the thing about Israel and Iran, I told you all, and I told you all what to look out for. So when it happens, you'll understand. Man, he really knew! Oh, that's amazing! Okay, only because someone allowed me to know. Now, here's the next thing. We're creating this document. This is for those of you who are facing foreclosure. I am to the point where I've had enough. And I really have had enough. Enough of these games that the stupid judicial officers and the dumb attorneys are playing. They all think because they went to some stupid school and they gained some stupid piece of paper that they are more important or more special than you are. Enough. Enough of the public servants playing these stupid games. Now, this document is completely editable. Okay? Now, hold on now. If you don't save it, you gotta save it. Save document. If you don't save it and you refresh, oh no, where did it go? Okay? So you gotta save it. This is gonna be available to y'all. Give me a second while I get the link. Where the link at? I want the link. No, I don't want the. Oh, you're gonna put me through that again. I had already published it. There you go. Copy the link. All right. So what I'm gonna do? Hold on now. We ain't. I'll see you when you get there. See you when you get there. Working on a bunch of stuff. See you when you get there. All right. I think I'm gonna have to reset this one too because where are we at? We are tiny URLs. Hey, I didn't have to reset it. That's pretty good. It's the first time. Normally it knocks you out and throws you out of there. So we're going to reset this, y'all, by giving y'all a link. Then we're going to post that link. See, watch. We're going to click on that. This is going to take us to the website. And this is for you all's information. Now you just download this link to your computer. It's an HTML file. Just download it to your computer, that link right there, and you go ahead and you just type on up and you just do what you need to do. Hold on, get back over here and you do what you just need to do because that's what you need to do. Now it's on Claude. It's not being hosted by me. So if you have any problems, you're going to have to contact Claude because I ain't got time for you. I ain't joking. I ain't got time. Okay? I've been working on this since, 5 o'clock this morning. No, not this. This I worked on yesterday. I've been working on something else today. I've been working on our trust documents and helping somebody with the, what is that, allodium title? Not allodio, allodium. Same word, different word. Same meaning, different word, allodium. Whoo! All right, now you guys get to play with this. Where you at? Got all kind of different fonts you can choose. Got different sizes you can choose. You feel me? All right, so just want to make sure. And then you got colors. Iced tea. Okay, got colors. All right, you see what we did for y'all? Yeah, you can even export it as an HTML. Oh, I didn't know I did that. Ooh, that was too much. I didn't know I hit all the way down here. That's too much. Okay. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is for you all. This is not for me. I was working on somebody's case, and there was a particular judge, and this judge is a hoe. I mean, she's one of them African creatures, and that's, I mean, that constitute. I mean, you know, whoo, Lord have mercy. She's copping an attitude, and so I need to start putting these fools in their places, and so do you. They are public servants. They don't have authority. No public servant has authority. They have authority over the public. They don't have authority over the person. So the court wrote back to the client, well, we don't need to vacate the order for default judgment. The court said it didn't need to vacate the order for default judgment. Pay attention, but it entered the default judgment. It said because they already appeared. You stupid hoe. You entered a default judgment, you stupid. Okay, you get me? So, let's show you how this hits, okay? Now, what I need to do, and I need to get rid of this, customize, I don't care about that. Claude, get out of here. I don't care what you're doing. All right, hold on. This is what I need to show y'all. Sovereign rogue agents. You know those idiots who claim that they have sovereign immunity? Sometimes in our society, public servants forget their place and their role when it comes to rights secured by the Constitution. Oftentimes, these public servants believe that they are sovereign and that they are somehow protected by sovereign immunity, and that sovereign immunity is absolute. Oftentimes, these rogue officers operate with impunity because of their conspiring against the rights of the people in their collective capacity representing the authority of the state. It is the people who have the power, not the courts. The power is delegated. Excuse me. Judicial officers are not sovereign. They do not have sovereign authority. They are representatives, public servants, and for anyone to claim otherwise is a usurpation amounting to insurrection and rebellion against the sovereign authority of the state and country. Unlawful authority. Judicial officers have, these judicial officer has lied on the record and stated that we have made an appearance in the court. This idiot knows, and I'm referring to the judicial officer as an idiot, because I said this idiot, he's calling himself an idiot. Whoever's writing this, no, I'm referring to the judicial officer as an idiot, is fully cognizant or cognizant, however you want to spell the word, say the word, pronounce the word, of the fact that to make an appearance means to submit to the jurisdiction of the court, when we explicitly stated that we were never submitting ourselves to the jurisdiction of the court because there is no requirement in law for such an action. Now, she lied and said that. That was one of the first things we put on the record, that we were not submitting to the jurisdiction of the court. The judicial officer, in her racial prejudice, and yes, you can be a person of color and still be prejudiced against people of color. The judicial officer is failing to recognize constitutionally secured rights. Under what authority does she sit to ignore constitutionally secured rights? The answer is absolutely none, which means she operates in complete absence of all jurisdiction, and her racial prejudice is wholly obvious. Now, some of y'all that don't apply to, that's why you're going to have to go through the document and edit it. But ain't no more courtesies, ain't no more respectfully this and respectfully that, ain't no more respecting the so-called sanctity of the court. The court lost that when it allowed its officers to run rogue. Okay? Again, no more niceties. No more tiptoeing around their stupid feelings. Yes, I'll be respectful. I'll be respectful of the authority. The authority is the people. But when it comes to my case and my information and my standing up, now, I need to let you guys know, this is not a short document. Lord have mercy. This is quite long because it goes over so many things. And I need to also tell you there's a second one for the district court. Well, see, I had my clients do a subpoena while on appeal. Now, have you ever heard anybody sending out subpoenas while their case is pending on appeal? Well, see, you have the right to do that. Most people don't know. The case is not over. So you have the right to subpoena records while on appeal. This has the court cases evidencing that. Okay? Ta-da! It also talks about the fact that, this is against Wells Fargo. Wells Fargo cannot be the lender. As much crack as Wells Fargo smokes, it cannot be a lender. Why? One, they cannot lend their own credit. That's a maxim of law. Yay! Two, they can't lend credit to begin with. And three, They're not listed in the Federal Reserve Act as capable of lending anything of value. It's not a private agreement. That's why they're under the Federal Reserve regulations. That's why they list themselves as National Association. They are not operating in the private. They are operating as a commercial entity, but they're not operating in the private, so it's not a private agreement. Excuse me 1 second. I have a pest, and he needs to die. Sorry, give me a moment. You know, I did tell myself that I wasn't going to say something. It is not fun to see what's going on over in what they refer to as the Middle East. We have one nation that's crying because another nation responded to their actions. And then they're crying that civilians got hurt. And yes, I do feel sorry that civilians are being hurt because they have nothing to do with that stupidity. But what was going on when the other group of civilians were being hurt? They weren't crying for them. But they're saying the same exact thing. They're shouting the exact same thing. They're making it appear that the other guy who's doing all of the responding to their actions, who had the capabilities of responding to their actions, whereas the other group didn't have the capabilities. They're saying that they're the bad guys now. Now, I'm not saying they're the good guys. Whoo, Lord knows. Lord knows. They got some issues. But this is our world. This is man. This is what man does to man on a regular basis. And I am sorry to see that. I am also sorry to see the news media being one-sided with the news. Only want to give one story. You see, what's going on is they're only reporting that only a little bit is being done over here. They're not even affecting us. Oh, by the way, be careful on the videos you watch. Some of them are obviously AI, and you can tell AI because AI is too spectacular. Because AI doesn't have it yet, ladies and gentlemen. AI is programming. That's how you can tell the difference between AI and the regular stuff. You can hear the programmed language. All you got to do, see, I deal with ChatGPT, Claude, and all of these AIs all the time. Okay? So they're only going to speak the same way all the time. They're going to use the same words. So that's how you can tell when it's AI. So just listen. And in the videos, you can tell by the spectacularism of the video. You know, what do you call it? The wanting to pull on somebody's emotions, because that's what AI has been trained to do. So be careful. By the way, I have the individual in his constitutional capacity as one of the people. They cannot suggest that he's submitting to the court's jurisdiction, because here's the point, ladies and gentlemen, as one of the people, you can't submit to the court's jurisdiction. The principal cannot lay in front of the agent talking about, do that to me one more time. Once is never enough. Okay? They can't do that. It's a violation of law of agency. The servant can't tell the master what to do. And the servant cannot exercise authority over the master. Now, hold on now. Let's make sure you understand. The people are the sovereign in the United States, not the person. You're only sovereign over your own person and your own property. The people are the sovereign. So let me tell you what I did. I'm helping out my neighbor. He wants to secure property, and so I told him, all right. And so I'm putting together a trust to secure his property. But while doing that, I said, now hold on a minute now, there, Sonny. Hold on. While doing that, now hold on a minute there. I am going to be adding a bunch of other stuff to the trust. You feel me? That's taken me a while because, whoo-wee, that's a lot of work. Like I said, it's been all day, and here we are going on 5:30. I can't afford this, y'all. I got energy, but I ain't got that type of energy. Done sat up here working on this stuff all day. All right, let's get back to the conversation because some of you are interested. Ladies and gentlemen, we are enhancing and improving the products at SACOM. We are getting ready to start up the arbitration again. I'll be putting up, well, I've already put up one video talking about arbitration. I'll be putting up another one in a conversation I had with a particular group the other day. As a matter of fact, as soon as I finish this, I'll be putting up that video. Why? Well, I have to do the video again because it has names and things that you guys are not supposed to be saying. Okay, names and things, and so we cannot have those names public because they didn't give me permission to do that, and I wouldn't do that to them. All right, so that video will be up shortly. Just stay tuned, and we'll be updating the website. We're working on it now. There have been some hiccups in that because there's a lot of interference. A lot of interference. All right. Then we had somebody hack my computer last week, and I know that it wasn't a regular hacker. I know it was, them alphabet soup idiots because of what and how it was done and what had been happening earlier in the week. My remote access to my computer, that's one of the first things I block when I set up a computer. I do it every single time. When I bought this computer, that's the first thing I did, was block remote access. So why is it last Friday, not this past Friday, but the Friday before that, 9 days ago, I'm removing or shutting down a program from the back end and I see that there's a remote access to my computer in spite of my virus scanners. Say what? Remote access. I was wondering why documents were coming up missing. It's okay. It's okay. Don't tell me about Linux and all of that other stuff. I don't want to hear it. I do this. They don't destroy anything, people. I save files. I have backups upon backups upon backups. Yeah. It took me a little while, but that's okay. I still have the backups. I'm okay. Yes, I'll eventually get an image of the hard drive and do that, but it's all right. So don't worry about me. Don't cry for me, Argentina. All right. Les Miserables. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, be patient with us because it's a lot going on in our world and there's a lot going on that we're trying to help you all with. The video, when I put it up, my hope is that it includes the part about the arbitration. That is my hope. If it doesn't, we'll take care of that. All right? Y'all has a good day. We'll talk to y'alls later. Arrivederci. Adios. And the link will be in the description.